Hi, in this video, I'm going to discuss how you can use this computation template that I made for you to be able to solve for your mean and standard deviations for the items in your questionnaire. So first, we have an example questionnaire here. We have the achievement, motivation, and entrepreneurial behavior questionnaire, wherein we have two variables. Part 1 is your variable 1. Achievement, motivation, and the second variable is entrepreneurial behavior. So, for the first part, for the first variable, may mga indicators. So, first indicator niya, yung present-oriented motivation, and then another indicator is future-oriented motivation. And in each indicator, may mga items yan. Okay, may mga items. Now, pagtapos ng nakandak ang study, since online survey kayo, expected that when you download your the results, the data, it should be in an Excel format. And this is an example of how it looks like when you download the result from your online survey. So, ayan, hindi nakalagay dito yung variable mismo kasi diretso na sa yung result na may sagot, may choices. So, you have here, for the item number 1, it's under the indicator present-oriented motivation. This is item number 2 for present-oriented motivation, item number 3, and so on. Okay? So, ang gagawin nyo na lang, hindi na kayo magko-compute manually for the mean and standard deviation because I have already designed this template na may naka-formula na siya. So, may mga formula na yan. And you can see here the mean per item. Okay? So, this is the mean for item number 1, item number 2, item number 3, and so on. This is the standard deviation of item number 1, item number 2, number 3, and so on. Okay? And this is the standard deviation per indicator. So, for under indicator 1, this is the standard deviation. And this is the standard deviation of indicator 2 and so on. So, ang kailangan nyong gawin, copy-paste na lang. Okay? Copy-paste na lang. Let's say, punta tayo dun sa result. For, sulat nyo muna dito yung variable 1 from your questionnaire. That's achievement, motivation. Okay, so copy-paste lang tayo. Pwede nyo ring i-type diretso, no? So, variable 1 is, normal size. Naka-merge pala ito. So, type na lang natin. Or, pwede namang ganito. Double-click. And then, copy-paste. Ayun. Okay, achievement, motivation. And then, yung indicator 1 natin, balik tayo dun sa questionnaire, present-oriented motivation. Copy-paste ulit, Control-C, and then balik tayo dun sa, medyo naghahang ang aking laptop, but it's alright. Indicator 1, double-click lang, tapos i-highlight yan, Control-V. So, present-oriented motivation. Yung variable, yung indicator 2 niya, future-oriented oriented motivation. And dalawa lang ang indicators niya for this variable. So, in the computation template na ginawa ko, merong 6, indicator 6. So, since dalawa lang siya, you don't have to remove yung mga blanks, huwag nyo nang i-remove yan. Hayaan nyo na lang yan dyan. Hindi naman makaka-apekto yan sa result ng computation. Okay? Pero pag may sobra, halimbawa 7 yung indicators, you have to add another set of columns. O, copy nyo lang yan, highlight, and then copy, and then paste. So, automatic makopya na yan. Okay? And so, copy-paste lang natin yung result. The result that I have here is from pilot test pa ito, no? Kaya 30 responses lang yan. 30 responses. So, kayo kapag nag-conduct na kayo ng study, since universal sampling, it is expected that it should be 100 and above na responses. Okay? So, copy-paste lang natin. This is for indicator 1. Alam natin na indicator 1 ito kasi letter A, that's the first indicator in the questionnaire. Present-oriented motivation. So, if you're curious anong ginagamit ko to highlight, that's a shift in the arrow keys. So, press and hold lang yung shift, and then going down would be down arrow, going right would be right arrow, going left would be left arrow, going up would be the up arrow. Okay, going down tayo. This is the last response. And take note, kapag ka may blanco, which in your case, kasi required naman yung mga items nyo sa online survey, walang mag-blank talaga. But in face-to-face, na mag-conduct ng survey, yung talagang papel, no, black and white na questionnaire, there are possibilities na may mga items sa questionnaire na hindi nasasagutan ng respondents. Now, in that case, i-remove nyo yon because there are items that are lacking. So, invalid na siya. So, hindi siya isasali sa computation. Okay? So, ang gawin natin, Control-C for copy, and then punta tayo dito. And then, right-click lang natin. Then, we have this one. Special na paste. Paste special. Ayan. So, automatic na siya. 7 items lang kasi yon, may sobra tayo. Huwag nyo nang i-remove yan. Okay? Hayaan nyo na. Okay? So, again, yan na. And let's see here. Automatic na yan. Andyan na yung mean niya. So, ang mean ng item number 1, i-freeze lang natin ito. Freeze natin para makita nyo, ha? So, view, and then freeze na tuloy. Freeze pane. Ayan. So, this is item number 1. This is the mean for item number 1, the mean for item number 2, hanggang mean ng item number 7. And this is also the standard deviation of item number 1 hanggang item number 7. And the overall standard deviation ng indicator 1 is 0.87. Okay? And makikita nyo rin dito yung overall standard deviation ng variable 1 mo. Overall standard deviation ng achievement motivation as of now is 0.87 kasi isang indicator pa lang naman yung na-copy-paste natin. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and copy and paste yung indicator 2 naman. Mula dito sa item number 1 sa B, highlight lang natin by pressing and holding shift and the right arrow. So, B, alam natin na dito ang ending kasi nag-A na siya ulit dito. Oh. A na siya ulit dyan. Self-efficacy. So, hindi na siya kasali. Alright. So, down arrow. Ayan. All the way to the last. Down to the last response. And then, paste lang natin dito. Dito tayo sa 1. Right-click ang mouse. And then, we are going to use this paste option. Okay. And so, ayan na siya. 5 items. So, sa second indicator, future-oriented, yung item number 1, ang mean niya 4.03. Okay? Ang standard deviation niyan is 0.96. Now, this is the standard deviation of this indicator. Okay? That's the standard deviation of this indicator. Okay? And so, the overall, tingnan nyo, nag-change na siya. Ang overall standard deviation ng first variable ay 0.91. Okay? And tingnan nyo rin dito, nag-change din ang values that we have for skewness and kurtosis. Para saan yan? O, mamaya explain ko. Alright? And so, let's move on sa variable 2 natin. Okay, yellow. Ayan. So, ang variable 2 niya naman ay, let's see. Variable 2 ay this one. Punta tayo dun sa questionnaire niya. The variable 2 is entrepreneurial behavior. Copy and paste lang natin. Balik tayo sa computation template. Double-click natin. Tapos highlight and then Control-V. So, ayan na si entrepreneurial behavior. Okay? Yung indicator 1 niya, ayan. Indicator 1, si self-efficacy. Okay? Self-efficacy. Okay, copy and paste. Oops, hindi pwedeng diretso. Kailangan nating i-double click muna, highlight, and then Control V. Ang indicator 2 niya, opportunity detector. Okay, double click, highlight, Control V. And then indicator 3 niya ay sociable. Okay, sociable, Control C. And then double click, highlight, Control V. Next indicator, planner. Control C, double click, highlight, Control V. And then another indicator, indicator 5, risk taker. Doon si risk taker. Hindi ko siya sige. Ayun, Control C, double click, highlight. And then gawin nyo lang yun hanggang sa last na sige. Leader at saka creative. I-type na lang natin, mas madali siguro. Leader, tapos creative. Ayan. Okay, tamang-tama lang yung nagawa kong 7 kasi itong indicator sa second variable. Kung kukulangin siya, ayun, copy and paste nyo lang, highlight and then copy and paste sa lahat. Okay? And gawin lang natin yung ginawa natin kanina sa umpisa. So, self-efficacy tayo. Punta tayo dun sa result. Okay? Self-efficacy. So, all the way to the top. This is item number 1, self-efficacy. Oops, nag-B na. Okay, dito lang. 3 items lang pala ito, no? So, ayan. Copy and paste lang yan. And then, right-click this option. Okay. So, eto na sa baba. This is now the okay, ba't hindi nag-show? Ayun. Kapag hindi nag-show class, kagaya kanina, the space was too small to display the numbers. Okay? So, adjust nyo lang yung space, makikita nyo na. Ito, adjust nyo lang din yan. Adjust. Okay? Makikita nyo na. Since tatlong items lang yung may entries. Okay? So, this is the mean of item number 1. The standard deviation, and this is the standard deviation of the self-efficacy na indicator. Okay? And tingnan nyo dito, nag-change na, may value na ang overall standard deviation ng second variable. Okay? So, mag-change pa yan mamaya pag na-copy-paste natin yung second indicator, which is opportunity detector. Okay? So, hanggang dito lang natin hanggang opportunity detector lang. Okay, so letter B, opportunity detector. Ayan, 3 items lang din yung items niya sa questionnaire. So, click natin yung first cell, right-click. And then, this paste option, ayan. So, eto na. Hindi pa rin nag-display. So, adjust natin yung spacing. Okay, ayan, nag-display na siya. Again, ito yung standard deviation ng item na ito. And then, we have the overall SD, ayan na. Okay? And so, ma'am, saan ba makikita yung overall mean ng mga indicators? Ito yung mga overall mean per indicator. Okay? Alright. So, this is for indicator 1, indicator 2. Okay, dito sa baba makikita ang mean. Hindi siya hindi magdi-display kapag hindi naka-occupy lahat. So, ang gawin natin, kung hanggang saan lang siya, halimbawa, i-double click niyo yan, and dun lang banda sa kung hanggang saan may entry. Okay? Highlight, oops, okay, hanggang dito lang yung may entry, ayan, and then hanggang dyan lang, and then enter. So, meron na siyang value, okay. Ito naman, adjust lang din ito, hanggang dun sa may value lang, okay. Adjust natin all the way up, hanggang dun sa may last na value, okay. 30 lang kasi ito. Okay, ayan. And then, enter. Okay. Nandito na ang overall mean ng indicator 2. Okay? So, yung how about the overall mean of the first variable? Okay, ano ang overall mean ng first variable? So, this cell here will display the overall mean of the first variable. However, since kagaya dito sa dalawa, since hindi na-occupy lahat ng space na yan, we need to limit this again. Kasi ayan okay, hanggang dun lang sa may entry. Okay? But, dapat sana ito, meron itong naka-display din ng mga computations, pero, kagaya nitong sa first, since naka-occupy, meron lang tayong dalawang entries dito, we need to edit this again, para ma-select niya yung hanggang dun lang sa indicator 2. Okay? So, i-highlight lang natin, sige, double-click natin una, and then pag naka-display na yung parang blue, i-edit lang natin, i-hover lang yung mouse hanggang sa mag-display yung may arrow na slanting, okay? Yung black, and then i-edit yung naka-select, okay? Hanggang sa indicator 2 lang kasi yun lang naman ang may entry. And then, once we have that, i-enter lang natin. Enter. And so, andito na siya. So, isang beses lang natin yan gawin. All we have to do is to drag down para makopy. And so, eto, i-hover lang din natin ang mouse. Itapat yung mouse dito sa edge. Tapos, lalabas yung parang thin na cross. Merong thick na white cross. Pag dito, thin na black cross. And yun ang ida-drag natin. I-click natin ang mouse, drag down para makopya. Ayan. Hanggang sa dun sa may value. Okay, hanggang dyan lang yung may value. Ayan. So, mamaya, dito sa baba, wala pa rin naka-display. Kasi nga, 30 responses lang ito. So, all we have to do is to double-click it. Ayan. And i-limit lang natin, i-edit. Again, hanapin yung line na may arrowheads. Itaas lang natin hanggang dun sa may, yung sa last na entry. Okay? Kasi 100 plus, ito 130 itong na-prepare ko. Alright. All the way up. Hanggang sa may entry. O, yun. Okay, hanggang dyan. So, kapag ka na sa last, entry, i-enter mo na lang din. Kasi, so, ayan na ang overall mean ng variable 1. Okay, that's the overall mean of variable 1. Okay? And the same with variable 2. Okay? Yung sa ginawa natin dito, pareho lang din, no? Dito sa indicator 1, hindi naka-display. So, again, double-click and then i-set lang natin hanggang dun sa may entry. Okay? And repeat lang. Enter. Okay, ayan na siya. And the same with the other indicators and also with the overall indicator here. Overall mean ng variable 2. Okay. Edit lang natin yan. Dito. Alright. Hanggang dun sa may entry and then enter. And then drag down hanggang dun sa may entry. Okay. Ayan na siya. And then dito sa overall, i-double click lang natin ito. And then i-limit natin dun sa, hanggang dun sa may entry. Ayun. Okay? And then, enter. Ayan na, ang overall mean ng variable 2. And then, ayan na, dito ang SD per indicator per item. Andito ang overall SD ng variable 1, overall SD ng variable 2. Okay, yung mga overall means, andito sa right side. Andyan yung mga overall means. And then, ano ba itong skewness and kurtosis? We have here values for our skewness and for our kurtosis. Andito ang mga accepted values. Ito silang dalawa, this is an assumption na kailangan nating malaman before we can conduct a test for regression or conduct a test for in determining the R value for the correlation. Okay? So, dapat, ang assumption talaga, the data is normally distributed. There should be a normal distribution. And there will be a normal distribution if both skewness and kurtosis are within these accepted values. Okay? Pag na-meet ng dalawang yan, itong values na ito dito, then meaning the data is normally distributed. And if they are normally distributed, then we can compute for, we can go ahead and conduct a test for correlation. Alright? And so, in this case, sa skewness natin is negative 0.4. Okay? So, pasok siya, no? Ang kurtosis naman natin is negative 0.194. Pasok din siya. So, meaning our data is normally distributed. Okay? And that's it on how to compute for the R value. That would be in another video.